Good morning, guys, and welcome everybody to enjoy your fishing. I've been asked if I'll show how I do my feeder rigs, and just show you how I do them. Right, the first one is just a simple paternoster rig. Right, what I do is on the end of my line is I just do a simple figure of 8 overhand knot like that. Right, that just forms a loop where my hook length will go. Right, then what I do is I form a bigger loop, and again I do a figure of 8 knot like that. Right, as you can see, this leaves me quite a big loop, and then a hook length loop. Now all I do with that then is the big loop I just pass through the eye of the swivel of the feeder. Right, and then there you go, that just, so there we go. Look, we have a simple paternoster rig. I tend to use this one more on like slow moving rivers like the Upper Wypham and places like that. Right, the second one I'm going to show you is just me free running rig. Right, what I do is I just all I do is I just slide a quick chain swivel up my rig, and then I fold the line back on itself, leaving about 10 or 12 inches. I form a figure of 8 overhand knot, and then what I do is I just twizzle the line like that. That's all. It's nice and easy to do. You just Takes a bit of practice, that's all, but it's nice and easy to. There we go. Right, then what I do is I just go out, as you can see, look, that gives you quite a stiff boom there. So all I do is I just hold that there, do another figure of 8 knot, pull that down tight, just moisten it, and there we go. Right. Just cut that tag off. Like that. Right. Now, as you can see, what that gives you there, you've got your swivel on your main line. Right, then what I do is I take a couple of number 8 stops and above the twizzle boom I just put one of those on and slide that down to the knot above. Just for insurance purposes, I put 2 on. Not that I've ever had one come off, a stop come off, but I like to be sort of prepared. Now, what that is, you've got 2 stops above your twizzle boom, and you've got your loop there for your hook length. Right, now all we do then is, this is what you've got now. You've got your swivel, which obviously is stopped by your like that, and your feeder obviously just sits on there like that. Right, and if you can see that, how that sits is you've got your feeder and you've got your twisted up piece of line that keeps your hook length away from your feeder. Right, now I would use this up to sort of 30 or 40 meters. I would. Right, that's the one I would use for that. Now, if I was fishing on a fast river like the Trent, right, I would swap those stops for one of these rubber beads. Lots of companies make these now, look, they do. And what I would do is I would put one where the stops are, and I would put one above the feeder, so that I can let it act as like a bit of a bolt rig. For fish like fast biting dace and roach, you know, it can act as like a self-hooking rig by doing that. But in most of the matches that I fish, such as like at Southfield Reservoir, it's got to be a free running rig and that, so that's the one that I normally use. Right, my third and favourite rig, if there was only one feeder rig that I could use, it would be this one, and that is the helicopter rig. Right, now what you do is, how you make the helicopter rig is, obviously you need these little rubber beads. Slide one on to your line. Right, and I'll use one of these big ones. And then next thing to go on is, if you can see that, this is where your hook length goes. It's just a little swivel, and it's got a little hook with a rubber sleeve on, like that. I say lots of companies make these. They're in all the tackle shops now. And then what you do is you slide that on, like that. Okay. Then you just slide another one of those on, like that, the rubber bead. So that gives you that, okay, and that will form like the helicopter part of your rig. And then what you do is you just slide your quick change swivel on, and that's where your feeder rig will go on. And all you do, right, is so all you do, just twizzle it against each other like that. If you want to make it tighter, just pull it down, and then it will go out. Right. Okay. And you can make that really as long as you want. Look, you can just nice and easy to do. That's all you do, just twizzle the line against each other, and that's it. What I'll do is I'll leave it like that. Right. And then what I do is I just form a figure of 8 knot again, like that, and hey presto, that's it. Okay, put your feeder on like that, and you can bring this down. You can put it anywhere. What I like to do is I like to leave a little gap between the two beads, so that if you can see that, look, that just can swivel around there, and that's your helicopter, and that's where your hook length goes on. The advantage to this is, like, if you're fishing a really big lake, any water that's got a lot of tow on, is that your feeder will sit, and your hook length will straighten out, and you can see bites so easily. But but you can see, look, it just turns around like that, and for fishing at distances and that, you know, up to 60 meters in that, it's more or less anti-tangles, so long as you're clipped up and you hit your clip, like, it won't tangle. very rarely it will tangle anyway. Like, there are always the odd occasions, I won't say it never will, but 99% guaranteed that it won't. Oh, right then, well, I'll leave that there, and I hope that helps the guys that ask me how I do my feeder rigs, in which feeder rigs I use, and they're really my 3 go-to ones. So I hope that helps, and if you enjoyed that, give us a like and subscribe, it's really appreciated, and thanks for watching, and thanks to all those that have subscribed, and that it really helps the channel if you give it a like and a subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, take care of yourselves and enjoy your fishing.